Good afternoon, folks. Jason here with another little friendly tutorial. This one was actually put on by request. A friend of mine I was having a conversation with the other day, who happens to be now a new business partner. She said, I told her a story about something that happened earlier this week, and she said, "Jay, do you think you can make one of those your episodes?" So I guess this episode is a personal request for my friend Lynn, who's a business partner. So Lynn, this is for you. And basically the story goes like this. I got an email, reason why my refund from taxes hasn't come through from something. I had to fill out some paperwork. So I did that. And then it said, call this number. So I'm like, oh great, I got to call the IRS. So I called the IRS number, and then really, really sweet lady on the other end of the phone, who you can tell kind of an older but super friendly, passionate woman. She says, let me ask you something after we're doing the little questionnaire. Are you claiming any dependents? So I laughed and I said, well, no, it's hard enough to take care of myself. And she started laughing. She says, oh my God, I know what you mean. My husband and I, we didn't have our first daughter until I was 36 years old. Now I'm on my second, and we find it harder and harder all the time to keep up with them. And I said, you know what, not to get off subject, but let me ask you a question. Do you take any nutritional supplements? She's like, yeah, but... And I go, yeah, but what? I said, here's the thing. Food is not as nutritious as it used to be. So our parents and grandparents had a much more nutritious food. What used to get a value in one serving of broccoli, you'd have to have 3 or 4 servings to get the same nutritional value. She goes, yeah, I have been reading a lot about that. I said, well, let me ask you this. Any of the supplements you've ever taken in your life, did they make you feel any different? Give you more energy? Make you feel like you're doing something good? Or do you just take it knowing that you're doing something good but nothing ever changes? She said, actually, I don't think I ever really noticed the difference. And I said, so that's why you don't take them consistently. She goes, well, I have bottles on my counter. My husband and I have, bottles of stuff, but we just take them random. And I said, okay, well, if I could give you some advice on some supplements that will actually change your life, would you want to know more? She goes, absolutely. In fact, hold on one second. Let me get a notepad. So she takes notes. Now, I didn't say anything about my website. I didn't say anything about me being in a business. All I said was, I have something I want you to YouTube, and it's called the Daily Essentials Kit. So go on YouTube at some point after we're done and search and watch the video on the Daily Essentials Kit, and it'll explain some amazing supplements that not only I take, but my mother and father too, and they've had some amazing results as far as very, very, very good health results. She said, well, what's the Daily Essentials? I said, it's Cornerstone products, activated B complex, multivitamin, calcium, and OPC3. Now, these products are a powdered supplement that you mix with water and you drink them on an empty stomach. They're isotonic. That means the same pressure as your blood, your sweat, and your tears. So when you drink these on an empty stomach, you get 95% absorption of the nutrients in these products, and you actually start to feel the difference. So, it's amazing, because once you start to use something consistently on a day-to-day basis, you'll eventually realize, wow, I know exactly what he was talking about. And that's what I told her. I said, so this is the website you can get them from. And I told her my website. I'm not even going to mention it to you, because this is not about selling you anything. I just want to let you know that this was an awesome story. So she goes, well, what else you got? And I said, well, basically, any suggestions? And I said, well, my grandmother has a thing. She's older, and she had a thing called the dry eye, where her tear ducts secrete tears because her eyes are actually dry. And her doctor told her omega-3 fish oils were a way to help the lubrication of her eyes. Well, she was taking these omega-3s that she brought in the doctor, which the doctor approved, for about 2.5, 3 months with no changes, to the point where she actually bought a little steroid Visine or eye drop thing for $150 that did nothing. Okay? So she says, so, nothing's working. I'm going to have to go see a specialist and possibly get an operation. I said, well, you know what, Grandma? Can you just put those omega-3s, 2 or 3 of them, in the freezer? And if they freeze, that means they're a high water content, not so much oil, and they're probably not even that good if they freeze. So she does that for me, and about 2 or 3 hours later, I don't know, she calls me up. She goes, Jay, I got to tell you something. These are completely frozen. And I said, okay, well, that means they're crap. And I have omega-3s. Actually, my dad has omega-3s, and we're going to give them to you. So I went and picked them up for my father, and I dropped them off to my grandmother. Now, Not even a month has gone by. I stopped by to say hello to her. She goes, Jay, I got to tell you something. Oh my God. I don't have an eye problem anymore. In fact, the other day I just realized I don't have an eye problem anymore. That's how I just didn't even realize it. And so she meant to call me and let me know that she hadn't. But when I stopped by there, she was so excited to tell me this. I called the doctor's office and said, I don't need to come in anymore. The problem is fixed. And then she told them about, me helping her with the right omega-3s. So isn't that awesome? I got to help my grandma, help my mom, help my dad, possibly help the IRS lady. So hopefully she'll go on, see the Daily Essentials, order them for herself, get the results I know she's going to get. And when she does order them, I'm going to email her and say, hi, nice lady. Just want you to know this was the guy you were talking to on the phone. It is my website. And I'd like to talk to you more about either your health, your family's health, or maybe even a business on the side, because I'm sure the IRS thing doesn't pay all that well. Anyways, guys, that's great. No offense to the IRS and no offense to this government, because I do love this country. But, that's a whole other issue that I'm not going to get into. I love you all. Have a great day. Throwback Thursday. Friday's around the corner. You know what? In life, when you have, working from home, every day is Saturday. So enjoy your day. And reach out. Love to hear from you. You got any requests? I'm taking them. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Let's help somebody.